Okay, we are working on inverse functions, graphs, and tables. Inverse functions, graphs, and tables. The basic idea for this is that the inverse is going the other direction. Usually we would have like f of x is equal to an output. It's equal to the y, where this is your input, this is your output, so input and output. Whereas the inverse function flips it around. So if we have f inverse, and that's the inverse idea of the function, so we'll call it y, out comes the x. So it goes the other direction. All right, so also with this idea is that notice the x and y have been switched. So if we think about a graph, the x and y, this mouse likes to jump every once in a while, it's a jumping mouse. All right, so what's this line right here? This line would be the y equals x line. So when we have an inverse, every value is switched. So a value right here, the x1, y1 value right here would be reflected over this y equals x line, and then the new value would be a y1, x1 value. So basically all we're doing is we're switching x and y, whether we're looking at the function or whether we're looking at the graph. Okay, so let's go ahead and answer the question now. What is the value of h inverse of 3? Okay, so this is a y value. This is our y. So we're looking at 3. There it is. So it's this point right here. And then we're looking at what the corresponding x is. And 2 would be the answer. So out comes 2. It reflects it. Okay, let's see what the next one's like. And here we go. The graph shows y equals j sub x. Which of the following shows the graph of y equals j inverse of x? So remember, that's the idea that everything got reflected over the y equals x line. Okay, so we're looking for, I'll do my best to kind of draw it. It should look something like that, where all the values are equal distance from the y equals x line, reflected over it. And that looks like it right there. Okay. When we look at a table, we're looking at the outputs linking to the inputs. H of x, this value, inputs are here. So this is your input. These are your outputs. Jumping mouse. And in this case, we have an output H inverse of 9. So there's our 9 right there. And the input is 37. Okay, so it's basically reversing what we'd normally do. Output 37. Okay. I'll just do the last one to be complete. What is the value of g inverse of -1? So I would go to -1 on the y-axis, which is right here. There it is right there at that value. And then the corresponding x value is 5. So we're basically just reversing the process. Okay, good luck.